Let's get into the Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics. We gave a preview last time we talked. We kind of broke down what could happen. We both were leaning toward the Mavericks, obviously, but the Celtics, bro, they came out and they cooked. Kristaps looked like prime Dirk mixed with
bro.
Bro, he looked unstoppable, bro. He looked like the unicorn.
He looked like he never had a person that was taller than 6'3" guard them the whole game, but he just shot over their head. Now, mind you, it's not gonna be anybody tall enough like that unless you're talking about Gafford or Lively, but he definitely was on. I would bet $50 right now that he doesn't have another game like that in his career in the playoffs.
I don't want to take that bet because I agree with you, but he is looking like the mismatch that I said he would be. I didn't think he would look that healthy, but he looks like there's no answer for him. I just think he was excited. And I want to say this too. I don't think he was hurt. I think they really bubble wrapped him and saved him for the finals.
I think if you look at his history, it's hard to believe that there wasn't something there, but I could understand it. I mean, I was listening to local radio and they said that in 3 years in Dallas, he only played like 130 games or something like that. So you're talking about 40-something games a year that he averaged while he was here. So I would lean more towards they're good enough to really be without him, and he can be an X factor if you add him and he's on. So, but if he's not on, he's a liability.
Okay.
So yeah, takeaways, man. I'm gonna say this, and it's not based off of no bias. Luka is still him. Let's be clear.
100%.
They were down 27. He led the charge to get them back down to 8. My only issue with Kidd is the fact that I feel like he should have slowed the game down once it got down to 8 and really started ISO pick and popping with your two stars. Maybe more so Luka because Kyrie wasn't there. I don't understand what was going on.
I think it's the Boston effect. I do think he's buying into the dynamic between him and Boston, their relationship. And I get it. I mean, they have history.
Right.
But I think he just got to put his head down and hoop. Fuck them fans. Fuck them racists. I hate Boston.
Well, here's another thing. I think the real issue that they're going to run into is they all have a lot of length. You talk
that
about
crazy.
having a
pause, bro.
I ain't never heard nothing that crazy.
Wild. That was pretty wild.
Crazy.
Having a shooter. I'm not going for that, dog.
That was crazy.
And I thought we were more mature than what we are right now. I thought we were more mature than what we are right now. But I guess not. Yeah. Please don't say nothing crazy. That's all I'm going to say, though. Please don't say nothing crazy. But, no, when you look at having a guy like Porzingis in the lineup, Horford, all of these guys have the great ability to affect Kyrie's shot. He's not that tall of a guy, but still one of the greatest finishers around the rim that we've seen. Pause. I'm just saying. So I think that the Mavericks should have way more hope leaving that game because they're at home. They should have a game like that, period. They do that game 3, we got a different, conversation to be had. But you talk about Kristaps being brought out like he, on a donkey like he Jesus. They going crazy over that. They have trouble switching on defense. It just seemed like the perfect storm to me. It's not to me. It's not indicative of what they can expect moving forward because post-trade, you're looking at the best defense in the NBA. I'm sorry. That's just what the numbers are telling you. You can't argue with it. Now, things change once you get to the highest levels. You feel me? So, playing against Minnesota, playing against, Boston, you're going to run into those issues. But
I do think on paper, they are the most talented team. I can't deny that.
Boston?
I said that 100%.
Yes.
I just think that there's some elements there that leads me to believe they're not going to execute. So, usually when the team goes up to, I'm not nervous because they protect their home court 9 times out of 10. I'm going to be honest. If the Mavs go down 0-2 to the Boston Celtics, I'm nervous. How about you?
No. Listen, this is my thing, and this is kind of what we were talking about before we started recording. I don't understand the extreme outrage that people feel. To me, when I look at what Jason Tatum did, everybody was dunking on everybody. You see what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, everybody was dunking, and it didn't make a difference. The Mavericks took a timeout and started marching right back into that game. I'm not nervous about that stuff.
I'm going to tell you why I'm nervous if they go down 0-2.
Okay.
It's because of the mismatch in Kristaps Porzingis. For one, there's nobody that can really guard him. It's going to take a real adjustment that Jason Kidd creates to make him ineffective. That's number one.
Going back to the last epi that we did, or the last recording we did, I mean, is he the mad scientist? Is we got to give him time to cook up?
I am. I believe he will. Also, there's so many bodies you can throw at both of those guards. Both of those guys, Luka and Kyrie. You got Tatum, you got Derek White, you got Drew Holiday, you got Jaylen Brown. It's so many guys. They're going to have so many fresh bodies you can continue to throw at them. And they do have experience. Now, the adjustment that I was leaning towards, I'm not saying this is it, but Kidd said something today that was so interesting. He said Jaylen Brown is the Boston Celtics' best player.
This is the first I'm hearing it, but I mean, I don't think he's lying. I think JB he's been aggressive in every single way. He's been getting to the paint, getting to the free throw line, also making plays for other people, and then he's guarding Luka. He's guarding the best player.
I believe he's playing chess. He's playing a mental game. Jason Tatum in Game 2 is going to go out there and try to drop 50. He going to fuck the whole offense up, fuck the whole chemistry up, and on top of it, after the performance that Kristaps Porzingis just had, he just showed that he's probably the favorite to win MVP if the Celtics win. So Tatum is thinking about this. For one, I'm already playing behind between two guys who are performing way better than me, and then you got the coach on the other end saying that I'm not the best player on the team. He got something to prove. Kid know what he's doing.
Tatum had a dunk or two, but for the most part, he had a bunch of shots that were in rhythm with not much defense on him. So I like it, but me and Randy were talking at the cigar lounge, and we were having that conversation. He was like, "Who's better?" And I paused for a second because on paper, I think you can say Jason Tatum is better.
He is.
We've never seen any one of them put together a total series to be able to really make an informed decision about that, bro. I tell you what, if Jaylen doesn't do what he does, I can't guarantee you that game still ends the way it does. And I know people, you'll be extremists and say, bro, they lost by whatever. But those type of dynamics make a difference. You can never get those guys on at the same time is the problem. And they can't do it consistently. So maybe Jason's better, but Jaylen makes more of an impact. I would argue that. When you got Jaylen playing like that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he was kind of locking up Kyrie. Jumped up,
I just can't say a nigga who can't dribble the ball between his legs is better than Jason Tatum. Like, this man can't even put the ball on the floor on a consistent basis. I'm not convinced. I think these guys have been playing together for so long that they both were great. I believe Jason Tatum is greater, and I believe we're going to witness that.
What do you? Okay, let me ask you this: when you look at the role players of the Mavericks, to me, that tells the biggest story. I think Luka only had one assist. I think they had 9 for the game.
Yeah.
That's not a knock on Luka, clearly, but those guys got to knock down shots.
I think that game, though, I can't look at that game and look at Luka's assist as if it mattered. I think that game he was like, I gotta get to the hole. I gotta score.
If he doesn't lead the charge, they probably lose by 40.
I gotta score. So
that's what I'm saying. So, but I'm like, it's not that he wasn't passing the ball either, though. Yeah. Those guys have to not. PJ Washington, this is the high, and I remember I said this last time. PJ Washington, this is the highest level. Please, for the love of everything holy, don't put Hardy in the game again.
No, I disagree.
Man, I'm good on him. He was out there throwing the ball away, making dumb turnovers. Like, bro, the moment's too big.
You want to see Tim Hardaway Jr.?
If he's going to make shots?
I don't want to.
If Tim Hardaway's making shots, he makes way more of a difference.
If Tim Hardaway Jr. is on the floor, this shit is over.
I disagree, bro.
The series is over.
You know the type of impact that he has the ability to make? The same one that Pedro Stojakovic had the year we won the chip?
Possibly, but I ain't seen it.
No. Pedro didn't do much. Lakers series, he went nuts. That's the reason why we swept him. Like, when you can get spot points like that, like what he did in Oklahoma City, I think it was game 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like, we just need you to be able to knock down shots in pockets. We know there's a black hole when you get it. You're a liability on defense, but we need the offense.
If they keep bringing KP off the bench too, I think the Mavs will have to have somebody that's gonna have to match his minutes that can score. Because you're not locking him up. At least have somebody that can match him, scoring wise.
Hold on, bro. Can we hold on, bro. We not finna act like this nigga's the second coming of like Bob Cousy or somebody though, bro.
But you gotta realize he's going at the second unit. He's clearly the best player on the floor when he's going at the second unit. Who is on y'all second
Well,
unit?
not if Kyrie's like if you subbing Luke out, putting Kyrie in.
If they keep it that way, then cool, I'll shut up.
Right, because that's what they normally do. That's what I'm
what
saying.
They did though. What it looked like is they took Kyrie and Luka to the bench, and then they brought in KP, and he was looking like Michael Jordan.
I think they're gonna learn that that's a mistake. You don't do that, bro.
Okay.
Like, especially not when you're down like they were. That's why when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, I get it, but you need some type of elite offense on the floor at all times, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, now if we got a lead, like kind of how they used to do LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in that Golden State series where they could have won game one, but then JR with the throwaway. Bro, they literally, that was the smartest basketball I've ever seen, by the way. I know we talking about this, but I don't think people realize what he was doing. You take the best player in the world at that time, and you let him control the ball for 20 of the 24 seconds on the shot clock to get the best shot that he could possibly get. And it worked to perfection.
That's what they're doing with Luka.
It only makes sense.
How about I was thinking right because I seen Luka bring the ball up on a few occasions and it's like a few of those times he got ripped by Jaylen Brown. There was a few turnovers.
Yep.
Do you trust anybody else bringing the ball up?
Only Kyrie. Nobody else, bro. Okay. Maybe Daniel Exum because whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Only because the way he plays, he comes up quickly. He ain't doing nothing dumb. He ain't trying to go behind his back.
Is Luka effective when he's not bringing the ball up and he's waiting for the ball to come to him?
Yes, he showed it last series.
Okay.
He became a catch and shoot guy in pockets in the series last.
I don't
year.
want him catching and shooting.
But I'm saying
it'll take off some of the pressure.
Yes,
because they guard him 70.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want him to be a catch and shoot guy. I'm saying he showed the ability. When you got somebody like Kyrie that you can trust and defer to at times to not have the pressure of bringing the ball up and even initiating the offense. It was a couple times, even last game, and I've seen him do it a few times where somebody had a ball and he stands in the corner, he like, go, do what you do.
Yeah.
So I like that. But I don't want him to be standing in the corner majority of the time because that takes him out of the play altogether. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's too much floor for them to dictate and you just that's not your game.
It was a possession. He locked Tatum ass up.
Bro, I've been saying this. He ain't lock him up. I ain't going
No, he locked him up, bro.
Okay, I'm saying I'm only doing this because I'm the hot take guy. But I'm like, I told people that he's been playing some type of defense. Niggas want to argue with me, and I'm like, nigga, he's never gonna be one of the elite niggas in the league because that's just not who he is. And you can't do what he does on offense and be the best defender on the floor. But he man, when that nigga sit down and move his feet. He can do something.
Is he a better defender? Is he a better defensive player than James Harden?
Yes. It's not close.
That's crazy.
It's not close, bro.
Crazy.
Bro, I've never seen a nigga Olay more than him.
First of all, it's a bum off. Let's be clear. It's a bum off.
You can't say that because you never see this type of defense from James Harden.
It's a bum off. Number one. You're not acting like you're talking about Pippen and Jordan.
Bro. You just said he like now one of the elite offensive players in the NBA.
Possession, bro.
That's all I'm trying to say, but you tried to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, if Luka plays that type of defense for the rest of his career, you can't say he's a terrible defender. Because he's 6'8". No, he's 6'8", bro. If he can move his feet and stay in front of people, bro, you can't say he's a trash defender no more. He just didn't try in the past.
Okay. We moving on.
Come on, bro. You gotta stop, bro.
We're moving on.
You gotta stop.
So game 2 is Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I got Mavs. I got Mavs by 5.
You giving us points. Okay,
Yeah,
give me a spread.
I got Mavs by 5. I think Jason Kidd gonna make an adjustment. I think he has to.
I'm betting on this game. I got Luka and Kyrie going for 30. And I got Mavs on the money line by 3. Mavs plus 3.
I got Tatum shooting the ball 30 times.
Here's the thing. It depends on how good he's shooting. I think that when you're at home and you're the best, we're going to say point blank period. We said it last time. Boston looked like the best team out of the East and maybe the whole NBA at a certain point all year. So for them to go home, and the Mavs I can see if the Mavs had a good game and then they just still blew them out the water. That didn't happen. The Mavs looked shook. I'm not going to be mad at players that's never been on that level, at least for the first game, having a game like that. But I would be more nervous if Luka didn't show up. Luka showed up. The moment ain't too big for him alone. We know Kyrie's been there 3 other times. Yeah. I'm cool, bro. I think Mavericks take game 2 as well. If they don't, my confidence goes down a little bit, but I'm not going to say all is lost.
I'm going to say this. I know we wanted to speak on game 2, but I'm going to speak on this entire series because I'm nervous if they go down 0-2. Mm-hmm. As a Lakers fan, that's my team. I never probably root for another team unless Kansas City get a basketball team. But I do cheer for the Mavs. I support the Mavs from afar, so I want them to win. I'm probably going to the parade. I went to the parade in 2011 when they won. Yeah,
it was lit. I was there too.
Dirk is my favorite foreign player of all time.
I lost my Ray-Bans too.
But the point is, I can't see the Mavs getting back, and that's why I need them to execute. I can see the Celtics getting back. Let me finish. They have the talent. Brown and Tatum are still young. They locked up KP. They locked up Drew Holiday. Their core is set. Like, they have the system. They have the formula to win. They're in the East. And they are the best team in the East, head and shoulders. So I can see them getting back. I don't see a path for the Mavs getting back if they fumble this series. So that's why I'm nervous, and I do feel like they have to get it done because I am a Kyrie fan. I love Kyrie, but he is bipolar, bro. Right now, everything is good, so he's good. But when shit gets shaky, is he still going to be good? We don't know.
I think I've seen a lot of times from Kyrie. I think he's taken a real step that a lot of people don't acknowledge, being a leader. You know, that's what he was wanting the whole time, was to be the man, to be a leader. Yeah. I think when you look at when you play with LeBron and Luka, you ain't finna be the man, bro. And I think it takes a lot of humility to recognize that and to still be. He's gonna be the one to calm them down. That it has nothing to do with like putting the ball in the hoop. Kyrie going around, like I remember seeing he made a mistake, boom, he dribbled the ball off his foot, we good. Even in the Minnesota series, at a certain point, when they were down, I can't remember if it was game 3 or 4, but they were down, and he did the same type of stuff. He made a couple shots, and he's talking, he's communicating. I trust that. I mean, listen, we've seen the progression that he's had. At a certain point, they could talk about third, and one dude was talking about third eyes. You lost me, my boy, when you was talking about the Mavericks. But all of that stuff seems like it's coming together at the right time for him. He knows what it's like to win and lose in the finals. He knows how to control the emotions. I imagine outside of Jason Kidd, he's the one in those meetings talking and communicating what to expect. Now they've all felt it. They've experienced it. They've been in there. They've seen that, hey, it ain't all lost. They didn't just run us off the floor. They could have. We got the lead.
They ran their ass off the floor.
No. I'm talking about. Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm saying when you can get it down to 8 at their house with that in that arena with the crowd going crazy, bro. It was just 1 or 2 buckets, and now it's like. I told Randy.
That's a testament to Luka, though.
I said no, absolutely. I told Randy though. I turned and I said, if they come back and win this game,
it's a wrap.
Boston's cooked.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And I'll disagree with you, bro, even though I don't want to, because I think you make a good case. I don't think Boston gets back, bro. If they lose, I don't see them getting back because there's going to start being some real looking around like, what are we doing here? Listen, bro, you can't just keep getting there and not executing. You make too much money. To see what they did, okay, prime example. You see what they did to the Mavericks in that game 1. Regardless if you say they were just better or the Mavericks just had an off night. If they end up losing after that, you got all the momentum. How do you come back from that? When he made Udoka, it looked like they had the potential to really take it to the next level.
I still think they could get back, and I still think they could possibly win. Too much talent, bro. And I feel like right now, if they lose, it's going to be somewhat of a disaster because of what they put together. But y'all lost to the best player in the world. Like, It's the LeBron effect, bro. Like Luka, you can argue Luka or Jokic. I'm not trying to be.
I'm not arguing it.
I'm not trying to be a prisoner of the moment. You can argue Luka or Jokic. We can't act like Jokic don't have a case. We're not gonna do that. 3-time MVP, NBA champion. We not gonna.
He wasn't supposed to win MVP this year.
I got Luka as the best, but it's a bias.
Was he supposed to win MVP this year?
I mean, you could give it to him or
Shea.
Acting like he didn't deserve it is crazy.
I ain't saying he didn't deserve it, but I'm just like, it's not clear cut, bro. Like,
I ain't saying that, but I'm saying he got 3 of them things, so we can't say he didn't deserve all 3 of them. If he didn't deserve this one, he still got 2. It is what it is. He got the Finals MVP too, right?
Yeah.
And he got a championship. I mean, what are we doing? Like, I got Luka as the best, but it's a bias. But acting like Jokic don't got a case, Giannis, we done with that. We can wrap that up. Those are 3 best players, though.
Yeah.
You can
all foreign players.
However you want.
That they won't make the face of the NBA.
Those are the 3 best players. Plain and simple.
Subscribe.